Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of Successful, Wealthy, and Confident. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the 6 principles of success. Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you about this is because this is what the top 1% have in common. If there is somebody at the top of their field, at the top of their game, no matter what field they're in, they are conducting their lives with these 6 principles in mind, whether they realize it or not. Okay. Now I want to give credit to where it's due. This is coming from my another resource from my NLP certification, Transform Destiny. They taught me this, and I want to teach it to you and put my own unique spin on it. Now, these 6 principles are really important because it will help you completely transform your life for the better. Okay? This is how to properly set goals and actually work to achieve them. Okay? Now, the first principle of these 6 principles is called always know your outcome. Always know your outcome. Now, what does that necessarily mean? So when you're making a goal and you're thinking to yourself, I want to be happier, I want to be healthier, those are just feelings, okay? You can actually step into happiness, well, maybe not the health-wise, but the happiness part, the feelings part, you can step into that at any time, okay? It's a very, it's not a measurable outcome. It's not something that you can physically look at and say, hey, I actually achieved that, okay? So you're saying, I want to be happier, right? Well, what needs to happen in your life that you can actually measure that will contribute to your happiness? Okay? So always know your outcome. Is it getting a new job, getting your dream job? Is it being healthier and exercising regularly and eating healthy the way your body needs it, right? What does health mean to you and your body? What works for your body? Okay. Happiness, right? Is it having, an abundance of friends to go and hang out with, right? It's a beautiful Saturday and you want to go to the picnic, go have a picnic at a park, right? And you have friends that you can ask or you can make plans with, right? That's how you define contributing to the happiness in your life. Okay. So when you're setting goals and when you're making goals, what is measurable? What can you actually physically bring into your life that will contribute to making it a better one? So always know your outcome and make sure that the outcome is specific and is measurable. Okay? Specific, measurable. You can look at it in your physical reality and be like, okay, that is a goal that is accomplished, right? So let's focus on happiness. Let's focus on what we could do to make your life happier, right? So always know your outcome. What will bring you more happiness? Really think about that for a second and think of it as something that's measurable. So I'll give you another example. For me in my life, having 2 cats has made me extremely happy, right? I get to go home, and when I come home, I have 2 cute little cat faces staring at me. And it makes me so happy to see them and hug them and say hi to them after a long day of work. That's happiness for me. That's one of the aspects of my life that makes me very happy. Okay? So figure out a physical outcome that you can actually measure and see in your life. And then from there, number 2, the second principle of success is take real action. Now, a misconception about manifestation is that people may put a little bit too much weight on the mentality part of it, which is extremely important. I truly believe that they go hand in hand. But there's one thing to have the mentality to step into that person and be the person that already has everything they could possibly want, right? You're successful, you're wealthy, and you're confident, right? That's what this podcast is about. That's what this podcast is to help you with, okay? And so taking real action means actually bringing the physical manifestation into your physical reality. The manifestation, once you decide that it's for you, it's already figured out. It's already done in the spiritual realm, in the non-physical realm, right? But you need to take physical action to bring this into your physical reality. I wouldn't have my cats if I didn't go to the shelter and rescue them, right? I wouldn't have the business that I have if I didn't file for an LLC, and I wouldn't have the social media that I have if I didn't sign up for a fucking TikTok or an Instagram. It takes physical action to bring these things to your physical reality. So take real action. Don't sit there and think about it and be like, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's never gonna happen if you don't take the real action. And embodying the person that has everything they want, which is what you need to do in order to actually bring these things into your physical reality. That person is taking that action every day like it's a walk in the park, right? Even if it doesn't feel good. You know, a lot of business owners, for example, don't like filing taxes. Taxes is a pain in the ass, yada, yada, yada. But if you can look at things in a positive light and be like, I get to pay my taxes, right? And then that can go into a whole political spiral that, I'm going to step out of. But my point is that even with the things that you have to take action for that you don't necessarily like or want to, if it's a part of the process, then find joy in it and know that while you're doing it, you are the person of your dreams. You are the person that is making this shit happen, okay? So take real action. There's a manifestation movie called The Secret, and a lot of people criticize this movie because it doesn't have this part, the taking the real action and the physical action to make it happen, right? It's good for the mentality part, but it goes hand in hand. There is no physical manifestation without physical action, okay? And have fun with the action. If you're gonna do it anyway, you might as well have fun with it. Number 3, for the principles of success. Pay attention to your results. Now, what does that mean? You try something out, you put something out, and you look at the results. Okay, I did something, I took the action, I put something out there. What results am I getting back? You know, what am I receiving? Is it good or bad? I don't want to say good or bad. Is it giving me the results that I want? Okay? Something that could be really easily identified as is being an influencer, right? You put out a TikTok, you put out a video, you put out a podcast, and you look at the results and you see that maybe you're not getting as much engagement as you like, or maybe, you put out an ad saying that you want clients for your business and you're not receiving any bites on it, right? Look at the results. What do you need to do differently? We're going into the next principle. So look at the results, pay attention to what you're receiving, and ask yourself if that's what you actually want. So pay attention to the results. And then number 4, be willing to change your behavior. Be willing to change your behavior. So if you're receiving results from your external reality about the action that you're taking to make this outcome a reality, and you're not receiving the kind of results that you want to receive, change your behavior. Never give up. Never, ever give up on your dreams. Never, ever give up on your goals. those dreams, those goals, what you and you alone can see for yourself and for your life is in your heart for a reason. There's a reason that only you can see it and nobody else can. There's a reason that you know what to do and you know the action to take in your heart, in your life, that nobody else can tell you. Okay? It's because it's for you. Be willing to change your behavior. Be willing to change to a point where you are getting the results that you need, because there's always an answer. Okay? There's always an answer to get to the outcome. And Einstein, I believe this was Einstein that said it best. The definition of insanity is doing things over and over again and doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. What are you doing over and over again that is getting the same result that you don't want? Be willing to change your behavior. Be willing to adapt. Be willing to change your mind. I'll give you a really big kind of personal example of this one. If you've listened to previous podcasts, you know that last year, technically like a year and 6 months ago now, I went to Florida. I moved to Florida because I thought that's what I wanted. I thought that I could build a new life there. I could start from ground zero. And a lot of people can say maybe I didn't go to the right part, or maybe I wasn't doing the right thing. Whatever the case may be, I did not enjoy myself while I was there. And, there were some parts that I had joy with, but for the most part, it wasn't a good experience for me. And when I was there, I could have either forced it and continued to stay there and put myself in even more of a precarious situation, because there was a lot going on, right? For example, the biggest way I could have put myself in a really bad situation there is by staying there, because the job that I had there wasn't supporting me enough to pay all of my bills. And that was really stressful for the 6 months that I was there. Okay, so I went there because I had a goal, I had an outcome that I wanted, and I took the action to get there. I moved there, and then my results weren't good. I wasn't enjoying myself. My life wasn't sustainable there. Okay, and then I had to change my behavior. I had to ask myself, well, what did I want? What do I really want to do? And the truth is that going away made me realize that I wanted to come home. I wanted to be in San Francisco, the only place in the world that really felt like home to me. And see, the thing is that when you make mistakes, and I don't even want to say mistakes because mistakes has a really bad connotation to it, but when you fail, that's also a bad connotation. But I mean, it's the truth. When you fail, when you make a mistake and you've tried, you put in the action and you're not getting the results that you want, it can be easy to feel frustrated. But why not just change your behavior? Stop doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get a different result. It's not fucking working. And the only thing that is doing is driving you crazy, is making you insane in the process. So be willing to change your behavior. That mistake was divinely guided. That failure was divinely guided for me, because going out there made me realize where my actual real home was. And despite everything that I'd been through in San Francisco, it was the only place that really felt like home to me. And because of that experience, I've never taken it for granted again. I've been back for over a year now. And it's just so good. Just so many good things have happened for me. And that's what happens when you change your behavior, when you're willing to change your behavior, when you're willing to approach something differently. Okay? So be willing to change your behavior. And the number 5, focus on excellence. Now, this principle is for my perfectionists, right? And I'm a what's it called? I am a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist myself. So I can relate to wanting everything to be fucking perfect and wanting to know everything ahead of time and wanting to control things, right? I get that feeling more than anything else. But focusing on excellence means focusing on being a better you every single day. Not focusing on what anyone else is doing, focusing on yourself, focusing on how you can better yourself every single day. How can you be 1% better today than you were yesterday? Right? And when you take these baby steps, when you keep moving forward, in a year, you're going to be 365% better than you were the previous year. How exciting is that? And it takes the pressure off. When you focus on excellence, you focus on just doing your personal best, your PR, right? For my runners out there, your personal best, your PR. Or, I mean, it's with every sport, right? Any sport that's timed, right? What's your PR? What's your personal best that you've done? You're doing better than the day before is my point. Focusing on excellence means focusing on being the best version of yourself today that you could possibly be. How can I be kinder? How can I be loving? How can I take an action to actually make my dreams come true? Right? How can I be willing to change here? How can I be willing to approach an issue, a problem in my life differently, in a more loving way? How can I think outside the box? Nothing needs to be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. And that's the beauty of living life as a human. Nothing is going to be perfect. And that is imperfectly perfect. It's excellence. It's being an excellent you. Not a graded straight A student, right? But being creative, doing what you love every day, committing yourself to doing activities that make you happy, going out and making beautiful friendships, right? Focusing on your loving family, focusing on the good in your life, looking around and seeing that you have an abundance of love everywhere. You just have to pay attention to it, right? What is excellence to you? What is being a better you today? And it may be hard, right? I'm not saying that it's definitely easier said than done, especially if you're in a low place in your life, if you're in a low moment in your life and you can't really see any kind of excellence, right? If you take an extra moment to just look really hard, look around you, look at what you've done, look at how much you've already accomplished, and the best is yet to come. So even at your best, you can still be better in the most healthy, in the most loving, in the most excellent way. Maybe you've reached a level of excellence and there's even more excellence to go. How exciting is that? I think it's very exciting. I think it's very, very fun. I think it's really cool that we can completely bend our own reality by shifting our mentality, by changing our mind about ourselves, about the world around us, and then taking the physical action to make it happen. And adapting, changing our behavior, paying attention to the results and then changing our behavior until we get the results that we want. And then we just keep focusing on excellence. We keep focusing on how we can be 1% better than we were yesterday. How can we take one step forward on that staircase? Okay? And then finally, number 6, live life with gratitude and integrity. Okay? Let's start with gratitude. Look at all of the love that you have in your life, all of the resources that you have in your life. You know, you woke up today. You can breathe air, you can look at light, you can recognize the beauty that is all around you. You can recognize that it's temporary and be able to lovingly hold it in your hand for this moment. How beautiful is living life? Find gratitude in what you can in this moment. Right? For me, I'm grateful that I have cats. I fucking love my cats. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for art and music and being able to eat cookies. Right? I'm a sweet tooth. I love me some cookies. I'm grateful for it. What are you grateful for? Right? Living your life with gratitude and integrity. Integrity. Having integrity with yourself, being honest with yourself, having integrity with the people around you, having integrity with your intentions, right? The intention of this podcast is to help you become the most successful, wealthy, and confident version of yourself. That is the intention behind this podcast, and that's what brings me joy to be able to share with you. And I have integrity with that. I have honesty with that. I can look at that and have integrity with it because I know that it's going to help make the world a better place. And isn't that amazing? That just, by being here, by being alive, by telling the message that's in our heart, that's in our soul, we can help lift other people up. We can help people create better lives for themselves. Okay? So that's the 6 principles of success. So let me run through them one more time, all at once. The 6 principles of success are: number 1, always know your outcome. Number 2, take real action. Number 3, pay attention to your results. Number 4, be willing to change your behavior. Number 5, focus on excellence. And number 6, live life with gratitude and integrity. I love you.